Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy 22 Cent Sabatino down here at beautiful Balboa Park. Today we have with us Mel Hall. Mel, say what's up to everybody out there.
What's up, everybody out there? I'm Mel. I'm a comedian.
And you're also born and raised, for the most part, in San Diego, right?
Born and raised in San Diego. I'm one of the few. This is a transplant city. You know?
One of the few that actually was born here and stayed here. Well, you did leave for a little bit, but you just recently came back, right?
Stayed in Southern California. I lived in LA the last 8 years, and I just moved back in January.
And why'd you move back in January?
I had a son, so I'm raising my kid.
Congratulations, man. That's definitely good to hear, man.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. That's your first child?
First child.
I'm not there yet. But, well, not that I know of anyway. But that's good, man. What's your son's name?
Kalino, Little Kalino.
Little Kalino.
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with that name?
We were looking for something unique, and so I wanted something that was like unique but sounded cool, that wasn't made up.
Yeah.
That didn't, you don't know who it is on the job application.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's good too. Yeah, like what the?
So my middle name's Hawaiian, so I gave him a Hawaiian.
Okay, and do you know like the origin or the what it means and stuff like that?
Yeah, it means bright one in Hawaiian.
Oh, nice. It's beautiful. So you're part Hawaiian and
my mom's from Hawaii, so yeah.
And your father?
He's from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deep South.
Yeah.
That's where your comedy comes from?
That's where the dark skin comes from.
There we go. So before you got into comedy, what were you doing before that?
I've had a bunch of random jobs, man. Like, I think most comedians have random jobs I don't know, it's just sort of part of the job, I think. I worked as a teacher's assistant for a while. I was the stadium DJ for the Padres for a few seasons.
Stadium DJ at the Padres Stadium, the one right here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. How long did you do that for?
3 seasons I did that.
3 full seasons?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
81 games times 3.
That was a fun job. It was like probably one of the most high pressure jobs I've ever had, because people don't turn their ears off.
This is true. Everyone's always listening.
Yeah, so if you accidentally play a song with cuss words like I did a few times, people hear. And I was assistant producer for a morning show here in San Diego as well.
TV or radio?
Radio.
Radio, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so when did you first think or know that you wanted to get into stand-up comedy?
I mean, I wanted to do comedy since I was 16. I saw Eddie Murphy Raw, and that looked like the most badass job around. But I wasn't necessarily funny, and so I don't know. It took, I always wanted to do the job, but it's one of those jobs where it's like, how do you start? If you're not around entertainment, it's hard to find out how to start. So when I was working at the radio station, I met a guy, AJ, that used to do stand-up, and he told me how to start, and once I started, I didn't stop.
And then like I did before we started shooting, pick the comedian's brain for a little bit about do's and don'ts and stuff like that.
How do I start? Just give me the basics, and I sort of ran with it from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so when you first got into comedy, like when you first went and did your first comedy show, how many people were there?
There's probably 60 people.
Oh wow! So that was a decent crowd.
It was a pretty well attended open mic. It was the kind of open mic where it's called a bringer open mic. So as the comedian, you bring your friends, and every other comedian on the show brings their friends. So it's so
there's a good crowd.
Yeah, when comedians start, their friends want to see them all the time, because it's I don't know if this dude's gonna be funny. I kind of hope that he's not, just so we can make fun of him, and one of those things. So it was a packed room.
So it's either you're gonna be the butt of all their jokes, or they're gonna be the butt of all your jokes,
right? And
everyone else is gonna know about it.
Right. I think secretly your friends root for you, but also your friends want to make fun of you. So if it goes bad, it'll work.
But it's all out of positivity at the same time.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the one thing where it's kind of negative, but it's still a positive, because they're there, they're supporting you. As much as they would love to see you maybe kind of bomb so they can make fun of you, they're cheering you on, and they really want you to be successful and do, because hopefully you're going to take them with them.
Right. It's like a novelty of seeing your friend on stage.
Nice. And so you've had the pleasure of you worked with Angela Johnson, right?
Yeah.
She had a good career as a stand-up comedian, which she still does now, and she was also on Mad TV, I believe, as well, right?
Totally.
And you're going to be going on tour with her relatively soon.
Yeah. We're doing a bus tour for the basically September through November.
Nice. And where are you guys touring?
East Coast, Midwest, all on a bus.
Oh, so where I'm from.
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're going to be back there for the fall.
Oh, I'll be here.
Shouldn't be too bad.
I don't want to see no more snow.
Weather shouldn't be too bad. In the fall? Fall's beautiful.
No, now it is.
Yeah.
It used to have a lot of snow when I was growing up as a kid. now the falls out there are really nice. It's you
sound like a grandparent. When I was a kid, the falls
it was only almost
just snow. That's not true, man.
So when I found out I was going to interview you, I did some research, and I saw one of your comedy bits about about a ketchup drawer.
Oh shit!
You want to? Can we?
I gotta add this to my collection at home.
So for
I'm keeping them.
no, go ahead. I honestly, my buddy Christian, he loves ketchup.
Right.
Shout out to Christian. What's up, brother? I hate ketchup.
Why?
Because I'm Italian. We like marinara sauce.
Right.
All right. It's a waste of perfectly good tomatoes.
Okay.
But I thought your bit was funny as hell because we all have that drawer.
Right.
Like I did come from the suburbs of Northeast New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Where, they think it's white picket fences and stuff like that. No, I just happen to live in a house. We didn't have all that kind of money.
Yeah.
But we had the condiment drawer.
Oh
as
yeah.
we call it.
Totally.
You go in that drawer. You have different little Ziploc
Crushed red
bags.
pepper, Parmesan, all the
The
Italian
duck sauce.
stuff.
We had everything. We had the Chinese, the duck sauce, the soy sauce, the hot sauce, the ketchup, the mustard, the mayo, everything. It's so I'm watching that as I'm watching it, and I'm driving too. So I'm kind of more listening to it because I'm driving.
Yeah.
And I'm still laughing my ass off because even though I can't stand or tolerate ketchup, it's funny. I related to it too. And I remember you said something about that too. Like those that aren't laughing don't relate. Something like that, right? And I'm like, we did have the bottle of ketchup, but we also had 10,000 packets of ketchup.
That story is one of my favorite just because it was like I stumbled upon it on stage one time. I didn't have jokes and I was talking about my mom and it sort of led me into that story.
You're kind of like ad-libbing as you were going?
Yeah, I was just telling stories about my mom and then that one came up and like people were dying laughing and it's such like a universal story. Like it doesn't matter what color you are, how old you are, you sort of can relate, and it's one of those things that...
Well, unless you're old enough where they didn't have ketchup packets back
Totally. We just had tomatoes. So yeah, that's why, that's nice to know that you like that.
No, I really did. I truly did like it. I was like, wow, I'm going to work with this dude.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I was like, and then it's funny because I watch it, I make a stop real quick, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go get some breakfast real fast.
Yeah.
And while I'm doing it, I'm gonna make sure I get some ketchup packets. And then when I asked the lady for the ketchup packets, I was like, I normally don't do this. So I never ask for ketchup. I hate ketchup. I was like, let me get like 5 or 6 ketchup packets. And then I happen to have a little Ziploc bag in the car.
Said,
not because of marijuana. I just happen to have it in there.
Sure, you don't normally do this.
No, I don't. Normally, if they put it in my bag and I didn't ask for anything in my bag, I will take it out and it will end up on the ground outside of the store so they can pick it up later.
That seems messed up.
Well, I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it to go in my bag.
Yeah, but you don't have to litter.
No, they're gonna
East
clean
Coast people.
It's right outside. So that's job security for the guy that goes out there with the little dustpan and the broom.
That's what litter
I'm helping
say.
him keep his job, so this way a robot doesn't have to do it later in the future. Just like the people that take your order. All right. So let me ask you a question. So when you performed for that first time in front of 60 people, that was the first time you did any performing in front of a crowd?
I mean,
as far as
stand-up, no, because I prepare for things. So I was working at the radio station at the time. So before I did my
you've already worked in front of an
mic,
audience, even though they didn't.
Yeah,
see
I had
you.
my friends. We set up the performance studio where normally the artists would come in and do their little performance for the radio station. We were the ones that set all that stuff up. So we set it up, and I did my 5 minutes of comedy for my friends to find out if it was funny or not.
Okay.
Really, just to see if I memorized all of it, because I didn't really care if it was funny. I just wanted to make sure I got through the entire thing. And so it was technically my second time, but it was my first time, doing stand-up.
But now, so mind you, so those 60 people that you were in front of, most of them weren't your friends.
No.
So were there any nerves or butterflies as you went on, or you just kind of, I'm up, let's go, let's get it popping? Was it kind of like that? Or?
I mean, it was my decision. Like, I wanted to do it. I was excited to do it. I announced football games in high school, so it wasn't like I wasn't scared to talk in front of people. That's
you
like
have an extensive history of talking and people listening, whether they're seeing you or not.
Right.
So I guess that kind of takes away. Because what I'm getting to is what I normally like to ask people, especially towards when we're about to wrap up, is if there's anything that you could tell someone out there that you're a comedian. If there's someone out there that's watching it, hopefully they're watching this, and they want to be a comedian, they want to get into stand-up comedy or just even into anything else, but they have this fear that's holding them back.
Right.
What would you suggest to them to do? Like, what's your advice to them to go about and try to fulfill their dreams?
Really, whatever your biggest fear is probably not. That's never gonna happen. You're not gonna. No one's gonna boo you. You're not gonna crap yourself or pee yourself. It's like, if you want to be a comedian, number one, go buy a notebook and a pen. People go, I'll take notes on my phone. No, get a notebook and a pen when you start and write down all of your ideas. And the advice that was given to me was find an open mic or anywhere where they have a microphone that lets you talk and get up there and find out if you're funny or not. And a personal tip for me is like when you first start, try to write clean. Like that doesn't mean you can't talk about sex, but just don't cuss. Like try to use your words to be funny, and it'll set you up. It'll set you up for like for success, really, because you can cuss. People cuss all the time. Everyone notices a new comedian because they're cussing and they're being filthy, and it's because they think that that's what people are going to laugh at. When really, if you just tell a real story about yourself or a situation and use words to describe it and paint a picture for the audience to sit in, you're creating the world around them, that's what people are going to laugh at. So that's like my biggest piece of advice, but really just get up and try it. Like the worst thing that could happen is you don't try. That's it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Definitely, yeah.
That's how I look at it. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I had a little fear before this.
Right.
You know, I've always wanted to be in this kind of business.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's acting or doing interviews, things like that.
Entertainment business.
And I have a fear of failure. It's because of a lot of things that happened to me in my life. Where I would always, no matter how good I was going, I would always run into a brick wall.
Right.
And sometimes I wouldn't be able to get over that brick wall.
Yeah.
And it does hold you down as a person. Like we're human. In order to actually go out there and do something.
Oh yeah.
Because going out and doing something is a lot better than sitting at home and just saying you want to go do it.
Oh yeah.
You know, get out there and do it. Worst case scenario, nobody likes it, but at least you tried and you did it and you feel good about yourself and you can move on to the next thing. So I want to thank you for coming out today, taking time out of your busy day. Again, everyone, thank you at home for watching. I'm Tony 2 Cent Sabatino. This is Mel Hall. Check him out. And this is
Mel Hall, and you're watching Celeb Watch.
Where you can watch the rise of your favorite celebrity stars. Hey man, thanks for coming out, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, congratulations on being a father, man.
Thank you, man.
It's a huge accomplishment, man.
Appreciate you.
It's probably scarier than being a comedian.
I mean.